This is a public service announcement to let you know that if you have anybody who's neurodivergent in your life, and I'm talking more specifically ADD, ADHD, autistic, or AuDHD, then this is for you. But anyone who's neurospicy can totally relate to this, so let me explain. To be neurodivergent, specifically AuDHD, ADHD, autistic, that's what I'm specifically talking about, you are going to live a more frustrated life. And if you are not any of these things, you're going to notice that the people who are neurodivergent in your life are going to be more easily frustrated overall, and they're going to be more on edge because mosquitoes annoying me. Our difficulties are like the mosquitoes outside. They're there, they're pesky, and they're annoying. So this is the way I explain it to my children. To have these things is to have extra hurdles in your race of life. So it doesn't mean we can't do the things that everybody else does, but it's exponentially harder. Let's take, for instance, when you're dyslexic, it doesn't mean you can't read at all. It just means you have more of a hurdle reading. It is much more difficult. You need to have accommodations or tools in place to help you do it, whereas somebody who's not dyslexic. So this video is just basically a plea for grace. Now, as an adult, in the workplace, you might notice you have a certain coworker that's really frustrated. Now, it doesn't mean there aren't mean, cranky people in the world, but maybe look at your surroundings. Maybe this person is struggling. You don't know what's going on in their life. And sometimes just everyday things are an extra struggle for us neurospicy people. Okay, so I've been kind of vague. I'm going to talk just from my experiences. I have honestly lived my whole life incredibly frustrated. Now, I'm saying that smiling right now, but it's true. I feel like my existence has been one of frustration. Frustration mostly with people around me because of a plethora of different reasons. But neurospicy people are either frustrated with the world around them or themselves, or there's a mix of both. We tend to be perfectionists and really hard on ourselves. So all of that can play in. But for my experience in particular, I always felt frustrated. I always felt like the world around me moved at a different pace than the world in my head. I always thought things were either too fast or too slow, but more too slow. I felt like everyone around me was not going quite fast enough, not quick enough, and it would frustrate me. That's not to say there wasn't moments where there was the opposite. I'm like, whoa, why does everything feel like it's going too fast right now? Hello. And I'm not saying this because I'm trying to tout that I'm some kind of genius, but people talking not fast enough would frustrate me as a child. Or when I was watching a TV show, they wouldn't get to the point, or they would drag it out, or they would make it so long. I would get very angry, very frustrated. So even from a very young age, I, an AuDHD female, was very, very, very frustrated. And I absorbed this into my identity. And I just thought I was mean. I thought I wasn't nice. And I couldn't understand because girls are expected to be so nice and so pleasant and be sweet and be kind and all of the things. So I grew up my whole life with this inner narrative that for some reason I was just defective and I wasn't nice. Wasn't capable of being nice. I was just mean. I was just cranky because I felt perpetual frustration all the time, not realizing that I was different. I did realize I was different, not knowing for sure that I was different, being told I wasn't different and just to adapt, and that I was like everyone else and I was normal. I could see that I wasn't like everyone else, and I definitely felt it. So I felt different from everyone around me. I would observe that everyone around me felt different. They were all more relaxed than me. And I was always like, why is everything so different for me? The mosquitoes, the humidity, hence why my hair is all fuzzy. Sensory issues. Anyways, okay, let's try to recover. So I've been frustrated my whole life. I thought I was mean. I thought I wasn't lovable. And I'm in my 30s now, and I still battle these thoughts. So I'm saying this to encourage other people, because the more you talk to other people, the more you hear other people's experiences, the more you don't feel alone and you realize, you know what, there's other people like me and I'm really not alone. So that's why I'm sharing my lifelong frustrations, because at the end of the day, I want to encourage even just one person. You're not mean, you're not nasty, you're overstimulated, you're not alone. If you have a neurospicy person in your life and you find that they're constantly stressed and on edge, that's because they're overstimulated, they're overwhelmed, and they just need support. And neurospicy people just need various supports, and this looks different for different people. And just like my dyslexic comment earlier, I'm not dyslexic, I'm just using that because it's common. And, we all know it has to do with reading, and it's more of a disability that you can see, right? You can see it very obviously in the classroom or in the workplace or whatever. So that's why I used it as an example. There's always accommodations, and they just need extra support. ADHD people need extra support. Autistic people need extra support, and that looks different depending on the person. So if you are somebody that needs extra support, I'm going to encourage you to ask for it. And if you don't need support and you love somebody, or you work with somebody, or you're friends with somebody that needs extra support, ask them how you can support them. And if not, learn all about the neurospicy things so you can be a better friend, a better partner, better spouse, better teacher, etc. Because now we live in the day and age where you can learn all kinds of things on the internet, and you can learn from people in real time and see what their experiences were like. And so that's what my little rant is. So we're extra frustrated. We need a little extra love and a little extra patience. And we're just saying a little extra thank you.